Everyone loves to talk about big money, million-dollar investments, seven-figure portfolios, flashy business launches. But what if all you have right now is $1,000 for most people? That number feels insignificant: a few groceries, a car repair, or maybe just a rent top-up. Yet for the smart and strategic thinker, $1,000 isn't an endpoint. It's the seed of a financial transformation. The question is, will you let it slip through your fingers, or will you learn how to make it multiply? Let's be honest, the hardest part of building wealth isn't managing millions. It's mastering the early stage. The stage where discipline matters more than dollars, where creativity replaces capital, and where mindset determines whether that $1,000 grows or disappears. The truth is, every self-made investor, entrepreneur, or millionaire had a first thousand. That's the moment they learn not just to make money, but to make it work for them. When you start with $1,000, your approach has to be precise. You can't afford to chase trends or gamble on hype. The first step is to divide your capital with purpose. Think of it as planting 3 financial seeds. The first seed goes toward building a financial cushion, an emergency fund. The second goes toward skill or knowledge as something that increases your earning power. And the third goes toward an asset, something that earns money even while you sleep. The first $300 or so should be parked in a high-yield savings account or a money market fund. It won't make you rich, but it's your buffer, your protection against unexpected expenses that derail small investors all the time. When you have that safety net, you stop operating out of fear and start thinking long-term. That's the foundation of every financial success story. The second seed, investing in yourself, is where most people hesitate. They see $1,000 and think, I can't afford to learn yet. But knowledge is the only asset that appreciates 100% of the time. Use a portion of that money for an online course in a skill that directly increases your income potential. Coding, design, marketing, or trading fundamentals, whatever aligns with your long-term path. Think of it as buying a new engine for your earning power. And finally, the third seed, building a micro-asset. This is where creativity enters. Maybe it's flipping items online, launching a digital service, or investing in fractional shares of companies. You're not trying to get rich overnight, you're trying to create momentum. Momentum compounds just like interest. When your $1,000 starts generating small returns, even $10 or $20 a week, it changes the psychology of money. You start thinking like an investor, not a spender. Now, let's talk specifics. If your goal is to grow that $1,000 within a year, the best performing beginner assets often include index funds, ETFs, and high-performing tech or consumer stocks. Apps like Charles Schwab, Fidelity, or eToro allow you to start with low or no commissions. The key is consistency. Invest small, invest often, and reinvest your earnings. That's the quiet formula behind most wealth stories you never hear about. If you're more entrepreneurial, $1,000 can fund a lean digital business. Buy a domain, build a simple website, and sell digital products or services. Offer freelance work using your skills. Use free tools like Canva, Chat, and Notion to build professional systems without overhead. You'll be surprised how far $1,000 stretches when you replace money with resourcefulness. Let's consider a quick real-world example. Imagine you split your $1,000 this way: $300 for your safety net, $300 for skill building, $400 for a micro-asset, say, flipping second-hand electronics online. You buy used phones, fix or clean them up, resell them for a small profit. You turn $400 into $520, then $520 into $650. It's not glamorous, but that cycle of reinvestment turns you into a capital manager, and that's what separates the 1% from the rest: the ability to multiply, not just make. Another overlooked path is peer-to-peer lending and micro-investing platforms. They allow you to earn small, steady returns by participating in real-world financial ecosystems. Without needing huge upfront money, the average return might be 5 to 10%. But you're also learning how capital flows through markets, which is priceless education. The biggest trap investors fall into is chasing unrealistic Returns. They get seduced by double your money promises, crypto hype, or viral side hustles that sound too good to be true because they are. If you want to turn $1,000 into something real, you must master patience and compounding. A consistent 15% annual return beats most short-term bets. It's the same math that turns $1,000 into over $8,000 in 10 years, without gambling. Here's a pro tip: if you talk about automate your discipline, set up an automatic transfer to your investment or savings account the day your income hits. That way, your growth strategy runs without emotional interference. The more you can remove decision-making from your system, the faster your money grows. Mindset is the hidden multiplier here. $1,000 in the hands of a spender disappears in weeks. $1,000 in the hands of a builder becomes leverage. Every dollar has a job. Some earn, some protect, some teach, but none just sit idle. If you can train yourself to see money as a worker, not a trophy, you'll never look at your finances the same again. So what's the end game? Turning $1,000 into $100,000 isn't a fantasy. It's a process. Small, disciplined moves executed over time. Reinforce your foundation, grow your earning power, and multiply strategically. That's how people go from limited capital to financial independence. Not through luck, but through structure. Your $1,000 is the first brick in a much bigger empire. Don't underestimate its power. Invest it with intention. Learn relentlessly. Let time and consistency do the rest. You're not starting small, you're starting smart. And as always, remember, none of this is financial advice, but rather educational insight. Before making investment decisions, consult a licensed professional or financial advisor. The goal here is to give you the roadmap. The journey, though, is yours to take.